So recently, Game Informer did a whole news article on Sonic Superstars, and it revealed a bunch of information on the game, and it has some juicy stuff. I don't want to waste any time with you today. I just want to get right into the news. So first thing that we found out is that we found the name of 7 of the 12 zones in the game. And those names are Bridge Island, Speed Jungle, Sky Temple, Carnival Pinball, Lagoon City, Sand Sanctuary, and Press Factory. That is 7 new confirmed stage names, and we have pictures to accompany them. So the first place I want to look at is the Sky Sanctuary, or well, it's called Sky Temple, and it looks really nice. And this is coming from the article. This apparently Sky Temple is a 1-act zone that is 9 minutes long. We're basically getting the equivalent of an entire zone in 1 act. And I'm very interested on why they're doing this. But I'm all down for experimentation. Maybe it's gonna be really fun, or maybe it's gonna suck really bad. I don't know. We'll find out. Then we have a picture of Knuckles in this cyberspace area again, and it seems that he's punching, which I'll get to later. That's very important for later. Up next, we have Knuckles in like this lava forgery area, and it looks very similar to Marble Garden, but I don't think it's gonna play like that. I really like the aesthetic. It looks kind of like a factory and kind of like Angel Ruins at the same time, and I really like the aesthetic. Then we have what appears to be Lagoon. I'm pretty sure this is Lagoon City because we have a bunch of octopus and like water spiders all around, and the naming and theme makes sense. And I really like how this looks. It gives me ancient cistern vibes from Skyward Sword, and I really like that temple, so I'm all down for this aesthetic. The next new screenshot that we have is Tails in this factory setting, and I think this might be Press Factory. I really like how this looks. It looks really run down and like abandoned, so maybe it's like an old Eggman facility. I'm not completely sure though. Then finally, the last new screenshot we have is Knuckles in like an Eggman Empire City, and this looks really cool. I really like how this looks. This is probably not even at the end of the game. If this is halfway through the game, that would be very interesting because we're used to them being like, you know, at the end. So I would like to see where this goes with the story. Alright, so that's all of the new stages. Now up next, we finally got information on all of the Chaos Emerald abilities, and it goes as follows. Blue is the avatar, which is basically like all of like the 100 different Sonic clones that can attack enemies. Red is Bullet, which is basically you like can shoot in any direction, and we actually have a picture of it here being used in action. The Cyan Emerald is Water, which we saw in like the first trailer where Sonic like swim up waterfalls, and he can swim underwater too. I don't know how that's gonna help with swimming. Maybe like Sonic can breathe underwater and swim easier, which would be amazing. It would finally make water levels not a fucking pain. Next is Green Ivy, which basically allows you to shoot up a sprout anywhere in the level, and we have a picture right here. Now this is really cool for exploration and like getting like height in levels. And one thing before we continue, I like how a lot of these are like, they're not just like attacks, but like they help with exploration, and that is amazing. That is exactly what we need in like Sonic games, because you know Sonic can just jump or spin dash. You don't really need attacks, but this is really cool. Up next, Purple Vision, and we saw this again. Basically it shows like hidden platforms and areas and levels, which is also gonna be really good for like hidden like secrets and like platforms. Yellow is Slow, or like slow down, which basically slows down time. Pretty self-explanatory. You know, I'm interested in how this is gonna work. I don't know. I'm not really seeing any good use in this. I don't know. Maybe I'm being closed-minded, but we'll find out. And then White, this is the interesting one. White is the extra, which basically is a character-specific ability, and it goes as follows. Sonic gets a homing attack, which is amazing. I feel like this is a perfect natural progression for his character. Now, I don't know if it's gonna have like unique platforming sections for like with the homing attack, but I really think this is gonna be a very useful ability for Sonic. Then for Tails, he gets a tornado move, not like the plane, but like an actual tornado, and that's gonna be really cool. I think it's just gonna be like an enemy wipe, but still, that's really cool. For Knuckles, he gets the punch, and we saw a picture of that earlier. I mean, it's cool that he gets the punch, but like, I don't know. I don't really see it being that useful. And then Amy, she basically gets her hyper ability from Origins, where she gets to throw a crap ton of hammers. So I guess that's what she's getting. And I mean, that's pretty cool. It's overpowered as hell, but I mean, it's the final emerald. I guess you can get whatever power they want. And of course, once you get all the 7 Chaos Emeralds, you can turn into Super Sonic or Super forms of any of the characters. I mean, I saw this coming. I don't think it's really. I think it's basically a given with any Sonic game. If there's emeralds, there's gonna be Super Sonic. Now that we're done with all the basic information, I want to get into some of the juicy stuff, the really juicy, meaty stuff. So it is basically confirmed by Brian Shea, the guy who played the game, that this game is gonna go fully in with a customization. You can customize the head, the body, the legs, the arms. If this is true, I just can't imagine the amount of customization that we're gonna get. And we got a sneak peek with like the Lego Sonic costume and the modern Amy costume. And it seems that we are gonna be collecting coins to unlock it. We can see in this image right here that Sonic's going to collect the coin. So again, that's not only is we're getting customization, but it's gonna, encourage replayability to go back and collect coins and explore the levels, which I'm always down for, and I'm excited to see what they add to the customization. Up next, this is really nice that they're doing this. They're actually adding a hub world for this game. So it's the best way to describe it. It's basically the same thing as Sonic Generations, where you're like in a 2D plane and you can walk around and you can choose the level. It's a really little detail, but I am so happy that they did this. We haven't had a hub world in Sonic, like a proper hub world, ever since, Generations, right? And I was so happy that they're adding this back. Really cool. And I'm wondering what they're going to do with it. It's going to be similar to Generations, where you have a shop. Probably that's what's happening. You have like little missions there, challenges, a shop that you can use. So I'm really excited to see. Maybe a museum too, that would be nice. But I'm really excited to see what they do with this hub world. Now this will be a really cool one. Character specific levels. For example, the one that Tails channel uses. Basically, when you're in Speed Jungle and you complete Act 1, you have the choice of either going to Act 2 or Act Sonic, where basically Knack is chasing you through the entire level. And that is really cool. And I feel like that's probably going to be like a true ending requirement, besides like the Chaos Emeralds and stuff like that. I'm really excited to see all the character specific like levels that they have and to see how they differ from each other. And I really hope it's not just like, Knack or Trip chasing you throughout the whole level. I hope there's like real variation, and I'm really excited to see how they pull this off. Now next up, going back to zones real quick, there's this new area that wasn't really mentioned in the article that much, but apparently it's called Golden Capital Zone, and we actually have a little image of it here with the golden pig shooting out rings. Now we don't really know much about this place, but we might, we'll learn more when the game comes out. But this looks very interesting to me. So now I want to touch on the development of the game a little bit, because this is actually very interesting. We have some news about like Sonic Team's development and like Arzest development and like their involvement with the game. And we also have some news about what happened with Sonic Mania 2. So I want to touch on this a bit. So it appears that Arzest and Sonic Team collaborated with ideas and stuff about the game, but when the game like started development, a lot of it fell on Arzest. But that doesn't mean that Sonic Team was, just like, yeah, go fucking finish the game for me. Iizuka even stated that he moved from Burbank, California all the way to Japan to continue working on the game. So it's not like Sonic Team was completely like void from development of the game. They had hands-on development with the game, which, for people saying, oh, it's not Sonic Team making this game, it is Sonic. Sonic Team, it's a collaboration. Next, we have some words from Mr. Mania himself, Christian Whitehead, and he's basically giving his approval of the game, saying that they successfully transferred the Mania physics into 3D. Now, yeah, this game already looked like it did it pretty well. I had no doubts in that, and it looked like this was also built from the ground up. So, yeah, from here, the programming was all done from scratch by Arzest. And that it shows to me that they have some crazy dedication to like replicating how the game feels, and that shows me a lot of confidence in the team, and their dedication seems off the charts right now. Now I want to talk about the Sonic Mania 2 stuff and basically what happened with that. Was there ever a Sonic Mania 2? So what it seems is that Iizuka and Christian Whitehead were in talks for a concept of what would have been, Sonic Mania 2 or Sonic Superstars. But I guess because they had some disagreements, they decided not to, have Christian Whitehead on the team. I don't know why, but I guess Sonic Mania 2 never really existed. They were just talking about it, and now we have Sonic Superstars. So all this stuff about Zippo saying Sonic Mania 2 is canceled, I guess is cleared up. It never even existed. They just were talking about it, and I guess they never wanted to do it. So now we have Superstars, and I don't really mind. This is basically our Mania 2. All right. This is what I wanted from Mania 2 and more. There's stuff here that I didn't even know I wanted, so, I'm not really too upset about it. Now, after looking at all this news, I am way more excited about the game. Like, I'm ready for this game. I think all I need now is a launch trailer, and I'm set until October when this game comes out. And we got a lot of really good information here. We got some stuff about the game, all these new zones, all these new abilities, and some like development information, which I'm really happy to see. I'm happy that, you know, Sonic Team and RSS are, you know, are working on the game together. Everything seems to be going really good. I'm really happy that Naoto Oshima is back making the games. Honestly, I couldn't ask for more. I think we're in a really good spot right now, and I feel like this game's going to be really fun. But that's all I got to say for today. If you guys enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment down below. Are you excited for the game? Are you still a bit skeptical? Let me know. But that's all I got to say for today. I'll see y'all in the next one, which will be the Lost World video. Bye-bye!